It is a rainy day. Perfect day to just kind of hang out and relax after my big move into my trailer. And just listening to the rain, it's just really relaxing. And I got inspired to just kind of share with you guys a little bit more about my story, because I know that I briefly shared it in my first video introducing the channel, but I wanted to really kind of dive deeper into a little bit more about me and like why this big change and decision and journey is so meaningful to me. It's so much more than a trailer. It's so much more than an adventure. It is literally an empowering thing that I'm doing for myself. Not necessarily to prove to anybody that I can do these hard things. And it's more so just to inspire others and, inspire myself and continue to feed the belief in myself that, I really can do hard things. Growing up, I grew up in an Italian family, very, very traditional. Anything out of the norm, doing something like this would seem crazy. It was just very traditional, like, go to school, get married, have kids, live near your family, be near your family. Very, very family oriented. And I'm not saying that, I didn't love my family, but I guess you could call me non-traditional person. And I always kind of wanted to explore more. But growing up, I felt like I was kind of belittled and a little bit controlled. And, my parents just wanted me to kind of fit into their box of what they wanted for my life and how they wanted me to be. And I didn't always fit in that box. And I definitely don't fit in it now. And we can get to that later on when we dive even deeper. But not trying to trauma dump too much right now. But yes, so I kind of felt a little belittled. I always kind of grew up with like this sense of like learned helplessness. Like, oh, like I can't do it. Like I always need my parents' help. I always need to call them for help. I always need to ask them permission for things. I don't know what's best for me. Like all that conditioning was kind of in my brain, and it kind of made me grow up as an adult, and I was a little bit immature. I will say, I'm 35, but I feel like I can be a little bit immature, just because I was always kind of like codependent on my parents and codependent on them, fighting my battles and putting out my fires and, figuring things out for me. And I never really got the opportunity until recently to figure these things out by myself and really like challenge myself and dig deep and believe that I can do it without anybody's help. Fast forward, I was in a relationship with a man who fed those core beliefs in me that, I can't do things on my own. I'm like this little like hopeless person. Like I'm, I don't have common sense, and, I would be put down a lot in that relationship as well. And, I'm a doctor, so it's like, who says I can't do hard things? Like I went to school for 7 years and I achieved my PhD at 23 years old. So I can do hard things. And, me listening to those voices and those, all the people that wanted to kind of keep me small and keep me in their box under their wraps, they were wrong. And I'm not saying that they weren't doing the best they could with, and, maybe they had good intentions, but I had to break free from that. And it has been the most empowering thing that I've done. The first time I broke free from that was, about 4 years ago when I moved across the country and I started my travel journey. It was after I'd gotten out of that toxic relationship, and it was after I kind of felt lost, like, well, there's nothing really for me here. There's just my family who just, wants me to be a certain way. And, I didn't really have that many friends anymore because I lost a lot of friends in their relationship. Because I kind of lost myself in the relationship. So a fresh start was like exactly what I needed, and it sounded great to me. So I moved across the country and I started my travel journey, and I sold everything, and I moved to Washington State and I started a new adventure. Now, I didn't live in a trailer at this time. I lived in an apartment, and that is when I got my 2 cats in Washington. And I was there for a couple years through COVID. And it was a really, really hard time because 6 months in, the world shut down and I barely knew anybody, and I lost my job, and I felt like I lost like everything. And in that moment was when I had to dig deep and really like, I kind of realized those inner beliefs that I had, those self-limiting beliefs that I had because of my childhood, because of my past relationships, and because of all that conditioning. And that is when I kind of originally got more aware of them, and I started to work on them. And I was so out of my comfort zone, I had to ask for help. I had to admit that I didn't know anything. And in admitting I didn't know anything, I actually gained so much more wisdom, because it opened the door for, so much more growth and, so many more lessons. So, ever since then, I've just been moving and, being outside my comfort zone, meeting new people, going to new places, learning how to be alone, going out to eat alone, going on weekend getaways alone, going abroad to Indonesia alone. And now, I am learning and doing this whole trailer thing alone. So, it has just, validated me that like I am an empowered woman. I am not a disempowered child anymore. I'm an empowered woman, and I have lived outside of my comfort zone for the past 4 years. And I have proved to myself that I can do amazing things. And, I've untapped this potential that I didn't know I had. And, this may seem crazy to a lot of people that I grew up with, or even just my family, that I am doing this. I kind of told them about it, and they didn't really seem too keen about it. They were just kind of like, oh, okay, judging, but it's okay, because it's okay if they judge me, right? Because only God can judge me in the end. And I'm gaining so much like strength and like independence, and it's kind of like healing my inner child in a way. So this whole trailer journey and, learning all about the functions and the maintenance and doing it all alone, and definitely being a little bit overwhelmed with it. It's scary, but it's also going to be, again, one of the best things I could do for myself, because I just feel like unstoppable. And when I have challenges thrown my way, I freak out because I am dramatic. But now, instead of giving up, I just kind of like take a step back and say, okay, you have made it through everything that life has thrown at you. And life has been throwing some shit, okay? And you made it through. So you can make it through this. So that self-belief, the self-belief is there now. It's no longer limited. Yes, I still sometimes have imposter syndrome. I kind of think like, oh, like if they only knew how you really were. But, I'm going to show you guys how I really am. And, I'm human in the end. And I just feel like a lot of people will be able to relate to the feelings and the stress and the overwhelm and the triumph and the joy and just the lessons and the growth that, this whole journey that I've had, and this whole journey is going to continue to give me. And I'm fighting through that imposter syndrome, because I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for so long, and I've been having all these ideas, but I never executed it. I never really thought I was worthy of it. I never thought that I could do it. I was like, people are going to think I'm stupid because of that conditioning again, right? I was just always told your ideas are stupid. No, people didn't always take me seriously. And yeah, I know I'm a dork, and you could laugh at me, but you can take me seriously too, because I am a very, very strong woman, and I am a bad bitch. So take me serious or not, I've learned to take myself serious, and that's the most important thing. So, just a little bit of clarification about this journey and a little bit more about me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm really excited to continue sharing my life with you all, and you know, my life in the trailer with the cats. So I hope you've been enjoying it so far, and drop a comment if you want to see anything else, if you have specific questions that you want me to like go over. I plan on making a ton more videos, a little bit longer. Just give me a little bit of time, because I am, you know, going to be doing some self-care in the next 2 days, just to recover from all of the stress in the last 3 months. So, and there's more about that later. There's going to be tons of stories, tons of chronicles. But yeah, so I'm excited. And if you feel like, you know, you've been told, or, you know, you have those inner voices telling you that you can't do hard things, or, you know, you're full of shit, or, you know, anything. If you have those self-limiting beliefs, I want you to smash them. I want you to smash them today. I want you to do something out of your comfort zone. I want you to do something that you are not used to doing, and, you know, something that you never thought that you could do. I want you to do it, even if it's small, because that'll be the beginning of you smashing those self-limiting beliefs, and it'll be the doorway opening of so many more amazing things and blessings in your life. So let me know how it goes.